A singer's journey is quite challenging, right? Sometimes our voice does not cooperate. Sometimes our notes go wrong. Sometimes we miss the beat. Sometimes we don't understand a difficult tune. So there are so many different things that we struggle with as a student of music. But you will be surprised to know that there are 10 very common mistakes that almost every singer has made, including me. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to share with you my complete list of 10 mistakes that you need to avoid as a singer. And if you are able to fix all these 10 mistakes, then you will automatically see a drastic improvement in your singing. So stay tuned till the end of this video. I'm Pratibha Sarathy and you're watching VoxGuru's YouTube series. If you enjoy our videos, please do hit the subscribe button right away. It will greatly motivate me to keep creating exciting content for you. Mistake number 1. No ear training. I see many singers who are focusing a lot on voice training, but not focusing on ear training. They are not learning anything about how to identify notes, how to differentiate the 12 pitches, how to translate any tune into swaras. So all this has to be an active part of your musical journey, because even before we start singing, we are first going to listen to the tune, right? Whether it is from a YouTube video or whether it is from our music class itself. We first have to listen, we have to understand what's going on, we have to break it down, and then we have to sing, right? So unless you work on ear training, this first step itself will not happen. And no matter how beautiful your voice is, you will still not become a good singer because your musicality will be very poor. Mistake number 2, no daily warm-ups. Tell me one thing, do you warm up your voice every day for at least 15 to 20 minutes? Or do you warm up only on days when you have to sing? Many singers do the second thing. So they warm up only when they have to perform or present in front of somebody, but they don't have a habit of warming up every day. This is a very, very big mistake. Remember, warm-ups are not for a particular song, but it is more to develop a good vocal health, a good vocal hygiene, a good vocal fitness. If you don't focus on these things on a daily basis, then suddenly one day you cannot expect your voice to cooperate with you when you are trying to sing a song. Mistake number 3, singing with your speaking voice. Many students make this mistake of trying to push all the notes with their speaking voice or their chest voice. This is a very big mistake, and in fact it is going to cause vocal damage eventually. Because while speaking we use a very limited vocal range, so the chest voice can handle it. But when we sing, we are going to go much higher than that. So we definitely need to use our head voice. Now the worst part is there are many people, even teachers, who are misleading their students by saying that you should never use your head voice, it is a false voice, you should always use your original voice and all of that. Trust me, that is the worst advice anybody can give to a student, because if it was possible to sing all the notes using the chest voice, then you will never face any vocal strain. So the very fact that you are facing vocal strain means that your chest voice is not able to handle it, and you need to change your technique. Don't think that if you keep shouting and singing more and more, eventually your voice will open up. Okay, that is not going to happen. Instead, you are going to end up in vocal damage. So please make sure you're being trained to use not only your chest voice, but also your mixed voice and the head voice. Mistake number 4, no focus on Shruti and Tala. I see many students who come to me saying that, ma'am, I have learned Carnatic music for 3 to 4 years. But when I make them sing a basic Sarali Varisai, they are not singing it in correct Shruti. The pitch of the notes is absolutely not correct. Although they have completed all the portions, they have learned Sarali Varisai, Janta Varisai, Dhatu Varisai, Alankaram, Geetam and what not. But the basic sense of Shruti is not there. Now the main reason for this is the student has never been corrected by the teacher right from day 1. I have seen many teachers who follow a very lazy approach towards teaching. Okay, so they will sing one line, the student will repeat, but they will not bother to point out corrections. They will not say that, hey, your re note is a little lower, please take it up. Or your ma has gone too high, please bring it down. They will not make any such corrections. They will just sing one line, you will repeat. Then they will sing the next line, you will repeat. That is all will be happening. So ultimately you will end up finishing a lot of portions. But the main fundamental of music, which is the Shruti, that will never be established. So please do a quick reality check on whether you are also learning in that format, because without Shruti there is no music. Mistake number 5, not enough repetition. Many singers think that if I have learned something from a very good guru and if I have understood it really well and I have sung it correctly, my job is done. Now that's a big mistake, because repetition is the biggest game changer for a singer. Learning and understanding is just 10% of the journey, right? It is just the first step. The remaining 90% lies in your own practice. How many times do you repeat? And each time you repeat, are you focusing on all the aspects and correcting your mistakes? That is what is actually going to make you progress. So please don't think that if I am learning from a great teacher, automatically I will become a great singer. I have seen many singers who are learning from the top gurus, but their own singing is in very bad shape only because they are not putting in the required practice and the required repetition. Mistake number 6, singing random Gamakas. I see many students learning Carnatic music who use Gamakas in a very random way. Suddenly they oscillate a particular note, suddenly they glide the note. Sometimes they give a stress, sometimes they sing it plain. But Gamaka is not a random thing. It's not about just shaking the note however we want, right? Every raga has a certain logic, a certain science behind how we use the Gamakas. Which notes can have Gamakas, which notes should never have Gamakas, and what kind of Gamakas we can use. All of that depends on the raga. So this is something your teacher has to tell you, right? For every composition that you learn, there has to be a detailed breakdown of the Gamakas, and you need to be taught how exactly the Gamakas are moving. But if that is not happening and you are only repeating what your teacher is singing, but you are not getting any info about the Gamakas, then you will end up learning a lot of songs, but you will not get any clarity about the raga, you will not understand the phrases, and you will not be able to bring out the beauty of the ragas. Mistake number 7, poor posture. Singing becomes a much easier experience if we fix our posture alone, right? Right from our head to our jaw, to our neck, to our shoulders, to our abdomen, to our legs. Everything plays an important role in singing. Singing is not just about the voice. The entire body is actually involved in singing, and your music training needs to include this aspect. So make sure you are consciously learning about good posture and you are following it in your singing. Mistake number 8, self-learning. Now, although I want you to watch all my videos and I also have self-learning courses on the VoxGuru app, but still I will tell you that self-learning alone is not enough for you to progress in your singing. Because learning wise it is great. Okay, if the video is of good quality, you can learn a lot of concepts and you can understand things. But when your singing begins, there is an important step of feedback, right? Someone needs to listen to you and tell you whether you are singing correctly or not. This is not like a maths problem or a physics problem where we can check what is the answer and see whether we got it right. We can never check, because as a beginner we will never know whether we are singing the correct note or not. It is only a teacher who can listen to us and correct us. So if you have the time and the resources to pursue live training, then please give first priority to that. But if that is not possible, then of course self-learning is the next option. So I'm not saying self-learning is bad. I'm just saying self-learning cannot be the only format that you learn from, right? Ideally, you should have a live class running where the teacher is constantly giving you feedback and making sure you are on the right track. And additionally, if you want to take some add-on courses, you want to take some self-learning courses, you want to strengthen on a particular area, that you can do with self-learning. Mistake number 9, no multi-raga training. Many singers make the mistake of practicing all their exercises only in one raga. Either they use the natural notes, which is Raga Shankarabharanam, or they use Raga Maya Malavagaule, which is followed in Carnatic music. But if you want to become a great singer, you have to master all the 12 notes, right? One raga will cover only maximum of 7 notes. What about the other notes, right? So you have to practice your exercises in at least 10 to 12 different ragas. So this multi-raga training must be a part of your musical journey. And last but not the least, voice abuse. How many of you feel that you are straining your voice more while speaking and other activities more than singing, right? Singing is still something we can control, right? We can plan our technique, we can work on things and we can improve it. But what about the rest of the day? When we are talking or yelling at somebody, or when we are crying or laughing really loud, all that also affects the voice, right? So try to reflect for a moment on how the rest of your day looks. Are you facing a lot of vocal strain there? Do you need to give more voice rest? Do you need to hydrate yourself more? Do you need to focus on how you use your voice outside of your singing? Hope you enjoyed this video and got a clear idea of the 10 mistakes you definitely need to avoid. So drop me a comment right away and tell me which of these 10 mistakes are you guilty of today. And if you want to overcome any of these mistakes with proper professional guidance, then please join VoxGuru's live Carnatic curriculum, because most of these mistakes, if you have been making them for a very long time, it kind of becomes a habit in your singing, and it is not very easy to get rid of it. Even though I have told you that okay, these are the 10 mistakes, getting rid of those mistakes actually requires some professional help. Okay, so please do feel free to drop us a WhatsApp message. I have shared the link in the description, and we will send you all the details of our Carnatic program. And we also have a voice culture course where we focus on your vocal technique and how to help you sing without strain. Okay, so whatever may be the challenge that you are facing, we are very happy to help you with it. So I'll be waiting for your WhatsApp message. And also don't forget to download the VoxGuru app if you are looking for self-learning courses. So we have a wide range of courses from Carnatic to ear training, voice culture, Hindustani, and a lot more. So let's connect soon and enjoy your practice.